blood 1 hour after that, okay?
Sounds good. Okay, guys, so good morning. It is the day that I gotta do my glucose test. So that is what we are gonna do. I got the fruit punch version, so a lot of people said it's not that bad. So I'm gonna take this, and it says I gotta finish it in 5 minutes. Ooh. 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 It's not even that bad, you guys, but just sweet. Yeah, a lot of people complain about it, but honestly, it doesn't taste. If I throw up, I have to take the test all over again. So. 8:41. I got 2 minutes left, y'all. So your girl did it. Yes, you guys, I just finished it. It's not that bad, honestly. A lot of people complain about it. It just tastes like sugary juice. So she said to get my lab drawn at least an hour after I take the drink. So that means I probably have to take it at 9:41. So you know the vibes. Welcome back to the channel, bookies. Today I was feeling down, honey. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I just went back to one of my notes talking about how God does not play about his, which is us. I'm going to be reading Psalm 18, which I'm reading off my notes because my pregnancy brain, I can't fathom just thinking straight from the noggin. Proclaiming God's role in our lives. It's true worship, Lord. You are my rock, you are my fortress, you are my deliverer. This is how Psalms 18 starts. And I think that when we open the conversation to God, it's important to have the right posture. And I don't mean like the way we stand up, but our heart needs to be in the right position. Girl, we're talking to the creator of the universe. We are talking to God, G-O-D. Okay, so it's almost like you walk into someone's house and you greet them. You take your shoes off, you know, you're respectful. So before we enter into the space of God, we need to open the conversation with prayer or worship. God, you know, this is not even just what I need. I just want to talk to you today. As we continue on to the verse, I called to the Lord who is worthy of praise. I usually get hurt and then go to God. That's usually what happens. But in this verse, I see a true example of trust. The next verse says, in my distress, I called to the Lord. In. It's not saying after my distress. It's not saying, you know, after I ran to my stronghold, to my sins that keep me comfortable in my flesh. While I was going through the struggles, I ran to the Lord. From his temple, he heard my cry. Now, I just imagine this verse, like 7 through 16, to be like the ultimate Marvel scene that we all see. Like this superhero scene that we all see where they're like, this is their moment to shine. Y'all, that's God. He be snapping. In the sense that God is our ultimate protector. He does not play about us, honey. As soon as we are in distress, when I say in distress, I mean in the trenches, God is like, all right, like what's going on? What's good? Verse 14 says, he shoots his arrows and scatters the enemy with great bolts of lightning. He roots them. Through this verse, we see the character of God. Not only is God loving and merciful and yet strong, he's also to be feared. And I don't mean just in awe, but like enemies, they need to fear God. Oftentimes we only see God from one perspective, which is, oh, like love and light, but God is just. God don't play about his people. This is why it's so important to have a personal relationship with Jesus and not just see him from like a religious standpoint. You get what I'm saying? Because there's just something about trusting in the Lord. It's just personal. You know, you have to let down a lot of your own personal struggles. You have to be honest with God when you're trusting him, because God knows your heart. God knows my heart. You know, there's been many times I went to God like, Lord, I trust you, but in all reality, I don't. And then my faith is tested by something that makes me actually trust him. And then I'm like scattered glass all over the place. But that's why we have to, again, it's a routine, just going back to him, trusting him. Look at this next verse. Psalm 16. He reaches down from on high and took hold of me. Y'all, God is a God that will talk to you in a way that you understand. If your ears have not developed spiritual maturity, God is still going to speak to you. He draws us out where we are struggling. God pulls us out of places we took ourselves. You hear that? And rescues us. Places we took ourselves. We're like children that our parents are like, do not go across the street. Do not play with that one friend. And what do? Our shoes are already on and we're across the street. And our parents still come to get us because they love us, they care for us, and that's the same way God is. The way we present ourselves gives God the opportunity to use your works for him and take the sacrifice and make something out of it. To the faithful, he shows himself faithful. Even to the devious, he shows himself to be shrewd, discerning, and good judgment. God will humble us while loving us simultaneously. However you show up is going to be a reflection how God shows up. He's still going to love you no matter what. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to put you to test. That doesn't mean he's not going to humble you. That doesn't mean he's not going to, try to shake up some things in your spirit so you can wake up. Which this verse ties back into Psalms 28, another Psalms. Verse 7 through 8. The Lord is my strength and my shield. When we operate from a place of partnership with God, we avoid the actual battle. Oftentimes we try to handle things ourselves, figure things out, and we lead ourselves into just deeper mud, and we're all messed up. When we go to our Lord Jesus, y'all, he's the only true way through freedom and strength, and ultimately still brings his name praise. So if you're wondering why something isn't working, just ask yourself, are you operating from a place of trust, like self-trust, or are you bringing praise to his name and trusting in him? Alright, you guys, so I was gonna cook, but change of plans. We are just gonna order some Chinese. So
hello everybody.
What's going on? So we're just gonna order some Chinese because first of all, I've been craving it for the past 2 days now. Come along with me as I try to find a jacket. For the past couple of days now. So it's definitely time. Because you know how pregnancy cravings are. Once you crave it, girl, you just want it. So that's what we're gonna do now. Alright, so we just got back from getting the Chinese. Just got chicken and broccoli and some rice. Not a babs. And then I'm trying my husband's spicy chicken, so. Okay.
Good? Mm-hmm. You tried yours or mine?
Yours. I think you might like these because it has a lot of filling. You gotta put the red sauce with it. I'm gonna give that a 5 out of 10.
This day that God is giving me, I'm not gonna waste this joy deep down inside me. I'm not gonna shake. Been stressed for so long, so stuck in my own way. So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has